In the verdant hills of Latium, where the Tiber River snaked through fertile plains, Rome stood as a beacon of ambition. By the 3rd century BC, the Roman Republic was a burgeoning power, its might anchored in its legions, soldiers whose discipline and valor carried the eagle standard across battlefields. From patrician senators to plebeian farmers, Romans lived by a code of duty, honor, and courage, their fates tied to the Republic's destiny. Roman society was a complex hierarchy. Patricians, the aristocratic elite, dominated the Senate, crafting laws and guiding the state. Plebeians, farmers, artisans, and soldiers, fought for representation through tribunes. Slaves, often prisoners of war, toiled in fields and households, their labor fueling Rome's expansion. The legions, drawn from citizen soldiers, were the Republic's lifeblood, trained to fight, march, and build with unparalleled precision. In 218 BC, as Carthage's general Hannibal Barca unleashed war upon Italy, Rome faced its darkest hour. Among its defenders was Lucius, a young plebeian whose journey from a Tiber village to the battlefields of North Africa would etch his name into Rome's saga. Chapter 1. A son of Rome, House in 500 words. Lucius gripped a wooden gladius, his feet planted, in the dust of the Campus Martius. The clash of training swords rang out as he parried a blow, sweat dripping down his brow. At 16, Lucius was the son of a plebeian farmer, but his soul yearned for the legions, to march under Rome's eagle and prove his worth. His father, Gaius, a retired centurion with scars crisscrossing his arms, had raised him on tales of Roman valor. "The legions are Rome's heartbeat," Gaius said, his voice gravelly from years of command. "Discipline forges us, honor binds us." Lucius treasured these lessons, dreaming of serving under Publius Cornelius Scipio, the young general whose victories in Spain were whispered in every tavern. Lucius's village near the Tiber was modest, mud brick. Homes, olive groves, and a shrine to Mars where villagers offered prayers. Yet it brimmed with Roman pride. Lucius trained relentlessly, running miles in leather sandals, lifting stones, and mimicking legionary drills. His mother, Claudia, a woman of iron will, blessed his ambition. "Serve Rome," she said, her eyes fierce, "but return to us, in Saturi." The spring of 217 BC, a recruiter arrived, his bronze armor gleaming. "Rome needs men to face Carthage," he declared. Lucius stepped forward, heart pounding. "I vow to fight for the Republic," he said, earning a nod. His journey as a legionary had begun. Chapter 2. Life in the Roman Republic. The Roman army was a marvel of organization. Legions numbering 4,000, 6,000 men were divided into centuries of 80, grouped into maniples for flexibility. Legionaries carried gladi for thrusting, pila for ranged attacks, and scuda, curved shields, for defense. They mastered formations like the testudo, a shield wall resembling a turtle's shell. Beyond combat, soldiers built roads, bridges, and camps, their engineering prowess unmatched. Discipline defined Rome. Legionaries faced flogging or death for desertion, but loyalty earned land or coin. Lucius admired this code, vowing to embody Roman virtus, strength and virtue. Chapter 3. The Legion's Forge. Lucius joined the Legio X in 217 BC, assigned to a century under Centurion Marcus, a weathered veteran with a limp from the Gallic Wars. Training was relentless. Dawn marches in 70-pound gear, mock battles with wooden weapons, and drills to perfect the maniple's movements. "Your shield guards your brother," Marcus growled, his vine staff ready to correct errors. The legion was a machine of war. Soldiers carried lorica hamata, chainmail armor, along with tools, rations, and stakes for camps. Each night they dug trenches and built palisades, transforming fields into fortresses. Lucius learned to wield a shovel as deftly as a gladius. Roman. Weapons were lethal. The gladius, 20 inches of iron, was ideal for close quarters thrusting. The pilum, a 7-foot javelin, could pierce shields or armor. Lucius practiced until his muscles screamed, earning Marcus's grudging respect. "Keep that arm steady, and you'll live," the centurion said. The army's structure was rigid. Consuls or generals commanded, while centurions led centuries. Lucius heard tales of Scipio Africanus, whose innovative tactics in Spain were reshaping Rome's fortunes. He dreamed of fighting under him, carrying the eagle into glory. Chapter 2. Scipio Africanus Publius Cornelius Scipio was Rome's beacon of hope. At 30, the patrician general combined strategic genius with charisma. After Rome's crushing defeats at Trebia, 218 BC, and Cannae, 216 BC, Scipio's conquest of Spain restored faith. Rumors claimed Jupiter favored him, his victories divine. Lucius saw Scipio in 210 BC during a camp inspection near Neapolis. The general, tall in a red-plumed helmet, rode a white stallion, his voice ringing. "Carthage will kneel to Rome," he declared, rallying the legion. Lucius, polishing his scutum, felt his pulse race. During a drill, Scipio noticed Lucius's precision with the gladius. "Steady blade, legionary," he said, his eyes sharp. "Rome needs men like you." Lucius's chest swelled, his vow to serve strengthening. He would follow Scipio to the ends of the earth. Chapter 5. The Shadow of Hannibal. Barca was Rome's nemesis. The Carthaginian general, with his piercing intellect, had crossed the Alps in 218 BC with war elephants, devastating Roman armies at Trebia, Lake Trasimene, and Cannae. By 206 BC, he still plagued Italy, his guerrilla tactics sowing fear. Scipio proposed a daring strategy: strike Carthage in North Africa, forcing Hannibal's recall. In 204 BC, Lucius's legion sailed to Utica, enduring stormy seas. The march inland was brutal: scorching heat, sparse water, and ambushes by Numidian cavalry. Lucius, now 20, was no longer a raw recruit. His muscles were iron, his resolve granite. As they neared Carthage, Scipio prepared for a final confrontation at Zama. Lucius gripped his pilum, whispering, "For Rome," ready to face Hannibal's legend. Chapter 6. The Road to Zama. The march to Zama, 80 miles from Carthage, tested the legion's endurance. Scipio's army, 35,000 strong, included Roman maniples and Numidian cavalry under Massinissa. Lucius's decentury built camps nightly, their shovels carving ditches under starlight. The Aquilifer carried the eagle standard, its silver wings a beacon of honor. Scipio addressed the men before battle. "Hannibal's shadow ends here," he said, his voice cutting through the dawn. "Our discipline is our strength." Lucius, in the second maniple, felt history's weight. Hannibal's army, 50,000 men with 80 war elephants, awaited them. Lucius had never seen such beasts, their roars unnerving, but Scipio's plan gave him courage. Chapter 7. The Battle of Zama. In October 202 BC, the Battle of Zama began. Hannibal unleashed his elephants, their charges shaking the earth. Scipio's maniples opened lanes, guiding the beasts into traps of pila and archers. Lucius hurled his pilum, striking an elephant's flank, its scream echoing. The Roman cavalry outflanked Hannibal's infantry, while Lucius fought in the front line. His gladius thrust through gaps, his scutum deflecting spears. The testudo formation held against Carthaginian assaults, Rome's discipline unyielding. Blood and dust choked the air, but Lucius pressed on, driven by duty. Scipio's tactics turned the tide. As Hannibal's veterans faltered, Lucius glimpsed the Carthaginian general, a distant figure on horseback, ordering a retreat. The Romans roared, their eagle triumphant. Lucius, battered but standing, felt Rome's glory surge through him. Chapter 8. The triumph of Rome. Zama crushed Carthage's ambitions. The city surrendered, ceding Spain and its navy. Scipio, now Africanus, returned to Rome in a triumph, parading through the forum with captives, elephants, and gold. Lucius marched in the legion, his lorica polished, pride swelling. In his village, Lucius was hailed as a hero. Gaius clasped his shoulder. Claudia wept. "You've honored Rome," Gaius said, his voice thick. Lucius hung his gladius above the Lararium, a relic of Zama, and began training recruits, passing on Rome's traditions. Epilogue. The Roman legacy Zama marked Rome's ascent as a Mediterranean power. The Republic's legions, engineering, and governance laid the foundation for an empire spanning centuries. Lucius's tale, alongside Scipio's, became a legend of duty and valor, urging Romans to uphold the eagle's vow. From roads to laws, Rome's legacy endures, a testament to its warriors' unbreakable spirit.